to say, something to me that feels so aspirational, something that is such a dream and maybe someday ... in the world of jewelry and your jewelry wardrobe, to me, comes in the form of a tennis bracelet. And a tennis bracelet that has been reimagined, much like the U-shaped hoops that we just talked about that I'm still wearing. This is a reimagination of a tennis bracelet. It's all done in the emerald cut Diamonique simulated diamonds. You're looking at up to 13.5 carats here. And we have the small, the average, and the large. Now there's no reorder, you're saving over $40, but look at how streamlined this is. Look at how modern, contemporary, and still with like a nod to Art Deco in my mind as well because of the cut of this diamond and that bezel setting and that presence of the precious metal. $17.50 brings it up on your brings it home on your 4 easy pays. I already have countdowns. Now if you want it in that sterling silver, fewer than 50, and that's, Megan, is that amongst all 3 sizes? Small, average, and large? Okay, so do not wait if you want that sterling. Now we also have that 14 karat yellow gold. Oh my goodness, only 75 remaining right here. This is unbelievable. It's a 35% savings, $69.99, $17.50 on an easy pay. This is J436521. Erin, I'm obsessed with this look. So obsessed that
I know,
wear
this
both
is
of
a
them.
great tennis. Yeah, I like the 2 of these together.
Me too.
Yeah, if you'd like to do, like, you love to mix your metals,
I do.
right? And when you do that, it's nice to have a piece that really features the metals. Excuse me. So the bezel setting, that's actually like a frame that holds your stone in place. Instead of holding it with like a basket and then you see the prongs on the corners, here we fully showcase that emerald shape to the stone. So you get a lot of metal presence. It gives you a really sleek look, which is really nice too. Kind of understated, but there's a richness to it at the same time.
It is gorgeous. I'm sorry, I can't stop looking at it. Like the presence and that emerald cut and the sparkle. It is that perfect amount of sparkle versus shine as well because of that metal presence. But then, of course, the star of the show is always going to be that Diamonique diamond.
That's it. And we get a lot of them in this case, which is great. We love a tennis bracelet because it's like never-ending stones wrapping around your wrist, but you don't often see them in this fancy cut. So what you get here is that emerald shape. It's kind of a hybrid because the inside is actually done with radiant faceting. You get that nice geometric look. It has that, obviously, the Art Deco kind of vibe coming from it, like you mentioned. But you do get an interesting amount of sparkle that comes from within because of that radiant brilliance. So this is the tennis bracelet that kind of sets you apart from the crowd. It's not your classic round that maybe you already have, right? So put this next to it to really take it up a notch, and then wear it with confidence too, with the way it's put together with that clasp.
That is a good idea. Here's a closer look at that clasp as well. You really have that extra confidence that is going to stay in place. You know, do you ever have those pieces of jewelry that you're constantly looking down at your wrist or down at your finger or touching your ears to make sure it's still there? You never have to do that with Diamonique because it's so secure.
It's true. We put it together like you splurged and spent money on diamonds. So you have that hidden box clasp, which clicks into place in the center. There's a push button release. And then on the sides, 2 figure-8 safety catches. So that's triple amount of security. You don't have to worry about this one. You wear it on your most active days, on your longest travel days. You never stop to take off the sparkle when it comes to Diamonique, and that's why we love it. We just like live our life surrounded by sparkle.
I love, love, love your idea of matching this back and stacking with maybe a, whether it's real or simulated, tennis bracelet, a classic one that you already might have. I actually did gift myself one for Christmas this year. I've waited my whole life. I waited my whole life. I was like, this is the year. I sold myself on it. I did. I was presenting it. I was like, gotta have it. And I wore it. I was like, gotta have it. But, you know, on its own, it's beautiful. But when you give it that oomph, when you give it that extra pizzazz by something that is so sleek and modern and unique, then it just brings everything even more to life. Now, I do love mixing my metals, as you see right here. I'm wearing both of them. I'm going to tell you the sizes of both of all the small, the medium, or average and large. The small will fit a wrist up to 6 3/4 inches, average 7 1/4, and then large is going to be the 8. Are these all average that I'm wearing? Yeah, okay, these are the averages that I'm wearing right here. So you have a little bit of dangle, but not too much. Wear it on its own or stack it up, but all the same, it's a $17.50 easy pay, up to 13.5 carats of that simulated diamond right here. Now, you do have your choice not only of the size, a small, average, and a large, but then also of your precious metal. And that is something to take into account, because you really do get a lot of presence of that precious metal. Here is that sterling silver, which has been very, very popular right here. And then we also have it in that 14 karat yellow gold over the sterling silver. Oh my gosh, there's only 50 remaining right here. So please do not wait. If it's in your cart, this is when your resident QVC host says, please check out of your cart. Keep on shopping, of course. Keep on watching and hanging out with us, but we don't want you to miss out. Just because it's in your cart doesn't mean that it belongs to you quite yet. Anyone can snatch it right out, like that claw toy, that video game, right? They just take it right out. This is J436521. Just something that is spectacular. It's a wow. It is, I love it so much. And you know, I wear a lot of like beaded bracelets. I have my little evil eye that I always wear that does not come off, with my red string right here. And it just, it fits in no matter what your style is, which is what I love about it.
Yeah, there's something about the bezel setting that I think gives you a little bit more of a casual vibe sometimes, because it's more metal present. And it just lets you, it gives you permission. Do you want to mix it in with your other Italian gold or your jade jewelry or your Christian James jewelry? It lends itself well to being mixed with other designers, and then you can just add that little highlight of sparkle that the Diamonique will always bring. And to be honest with you, to get like this amount of carat weight under $70 is not something you see often, even in the Diamonique collection.
No,
So
you
if you're new to
certainly do
Diamonique,
not.
Very good deal. Yep.
Ugh, I love it. And of course, clearance doesn't mean there's no reorder. Small, average, and large. The sterling silver, the 14 karat yellow gold over that sterling silver. It's J436521. Erin, stay close, because we're going to see you again in just a few minutes.
Sounds good.
I love that Erin Mosley. She's so much fun.